What up? What up? What up?
What's
What
going
up?
on? What's going on, man? Let me get this camera up here.
What's going on? How you doing?
I'm good, man. How you doing?
I'm good. I'm chilling, man. I was trying to like beat the time. I was like, I knew you like trying to let people in, and I was
Yeah.
like, let me just heat this Cinnabon up real quick, and I can just jump right in here.
Let me get
And
this Cinnabon all melted and gooey and everything. So I
yeah,
can get
yeah,
ready.
yeah, yeah, yeah. You know what time it is.
Yeah. What's going on? Listen, I'm excited, boy, to have you on here. Am I saying the last name Elie, right?
Elie.
Elie. Close.
Yeah.
All right, y'all. Mr. Jean Elie is in the building. Y'all say what's
Jean
up to
Elie. Jean Elie.
Y'all mean, restart. Is this live? No, restart. Okay. He's in the building, y'all, and I'm so excited. You know, I guess I'm nervous saying the name wrong, but I'm so excited. I see you guys' comments. So I'm not ignoring your comments. What's up, everybody? But we're gonna chat it up with this guy. He's so super talented. You may know him of one of his works on the HBO Insecure amazing network. Now, this is season 3 of Insecure, correct? Four. Season 4. I'm a fan. And we're going to start. Listen, I tell everybody that comes on Real Talk that it's just really a conversation. This is not really an interview type flow. It's just two friends having a good conversation. You ready for that?
Cool. That's fine. I'm with that.
Let's do it, man. So you got to tell us where it started from. Like where before these people just seeing you on their screen, we got to know a little bit about where you come from and how everything started for you.
I'm from Brockton, Massachusetts. It's a small city in Mass, like 20 minutes outside of Boston. I grew up there. I was a middle child of five. Like my older brother was like my guy, my guru, my everything. My parents are Haitian. I'm a Haitian American. I learned a lot from them and all that. And I got bit with the whole acting bug when I was like 22. And that's what started me on this whole journey on where I'm at now. And it started with a whole radio ad, man. Like a radio ad got me interested, but it was a scam type of radio ad thing. Like have you ever heard of like Pro Scouts?
Yep. No,
like,
I haven't heard that.
Barbizon, all that nonsense. Like, so Pro Scouts like had a radio ad, and I was going to work, and it was like, yo, you got to come to this thing. This is where everything pops off, everything like that. So I went there, and I saw quickly like, oh, this is cool, but I'm like, this is kind of funny. But then I'm like, all right, whatever, I'm here. And when I got the ticket to come, I thought it was like the next step was like, oh, you meet casting directors. Like, no, you got to pay to meet all these people. I was like, I don't know yet. So I went to go do my research by Googling in Craigslist, and I found a job off Craigslist for a URI film. And then I wanted to do that film. And when I did that film, I thought it was just going to be background the whole time and just going to sit in the background and just watch. Yeah. But they ended up putting me in the project and told me to improv myself and improv the whole scene. I didn't know what improv was. I didn't know what any of that stuff was.
Yeah.
And I improv the scene, and I made up a story about after graduating college. The setting was like an AA meeting type room, and people were saying why they're speaking because there was someone that was coming to the room but wasn't taking part in the room. Yeah. So we had to tell them our stories on why we got here to get that person to speak and share. So I made up this big old story about I became an alcoholic after graduating college, and life didn't really have no meaning, had no purpose, had nowhere to go. And my sister ended up getting me a cat, which is gonna help me. That gave me some sense of purpose and something to care for. And as I'm caring for this cat, life just got better for me. I got my job. I got a job. Life was good.
Wait a minute. You made up this whole
on the spot.
Okay.
On the spot. And as I was telling the story, and long story short, the cat ended up dying and I lost purpose, and I started spiraling out of control again. And as I was saying that part, I don't know what was going on in my life at that time, but tears started falling out of my eyes, like everything. And I passed over the ball. I was like, this is why I'm in this class, and this is why I think this is important for you to like share, because you guys give me someone to talk to whenever I'm feeling how I'm feeling. Pass the ball over. They called cut. They said, yo, that was amazing. I'm sorry about the cat thing, if that's a real thing. I'm like, no, it's not a real thing. I hate cats. Like, I'm a dog.
I'm allergic.
I'm a dog person. I'm very allergic. So like I'm good.
Right. That's
And that
amazing,
just
man.
piqued my interest, man. And that made me like, okay, maybe I have something.
Yeah.
Told my brother about it. Brother ended up passing away, and we were
Sorry.
supposed to move to LA or Miami, and we were supposed to do the entourage thing, you know.
Mm-hmm.
And since he passed, I was like, you know what, I'm gonna just take him on this journey with me and just do this thing for us both, and continue the journey. And as soon as I got here, just things started happening, things started moving.
Yeah.
Adversity kicks in right as soon as you get here, and you
Oh,
just
yeah.
gotta always move with the intention that I'm gonna make it. This is gonna happen. Things are gonna work forward. You know, things are always gonna progress in the right way.
Yeah, I love that. You have to move with the intention because if not, I don't see how we're gonna make it. I don't.
No,
Shout out. Give
no.
me your.
No.
What was your brother's name? Let's shout him out.
Steve St. Louis.
All right, let's shout him out. Let's shout him out. So every time you see my man on the big screen, he's doing this for his brother, man. I love that. I love that. So you know that's everybody's dream too. I will say that, bro. To be that extra that gets upcasted. Is that what we call? I used to work a lot of extra stuff too, and I was like, please just give me a line. I almost came to it. I've done more play work. I traveled with a BET production called A Mother's Prayer. Robin Givens, Johnny Gill. But anyway,
One second.
he got to go get his honey bun. But anyways, guys, it's everybody. This is real talk. It's everybody's dream to be on a set as an extra and be like, "Hey, man, come here. I want you to read this." And then because if you read lines and you can kind of help me explain this to the people.
Everybody, you want to get bumped. You want to get bumped.
You want to get bumped because if you get lines, you become
SAG.
SAG eligible. Now, wait a minute. Do you become straight SAG or is it SAG eligible first?
SAG eligible.
Now, how do we get to SAG? I'm trying to get us to SAG membership.
You got paid.
Oh, okay. Well, hey, y'all hear it right here on Real Talk. Just become SAG eligible and then spend that money. You ain't got to worry about it. All right, let's move on to while he enjoys his honey bun. Let's move on to so from there, you're in LA now. How long have you been in LA?
Me, I've been in LA for 10 years now.
Oh, so you've been here for a while. Okay.
Yeah, I've been here for a minute. Like I've been like working every position there is in LA. Like so when it comes to the entertainment industry, I probably worked every position.
Yeah.
I was a PA, I did background, I was a second AD, I've directed, I produce content. I write my own content.
Wow.
I've traveled, I've toured. I've done a lot. Like I've done a lot since being in LA. Like my first job, which I got bumped up from background, was Project X, and I got that because I was harassing the casting director. I was like, "Yo, I'm the guy. Like this is my job." He's like, "I got to audition people." I was like, "Nah, I'm the guy. You don't need to audition anybody else."
Yeah.
And long story short, he was like, "You know what? When you go to set, tell them you're the guy." Because I was background the first day. And when you're background, everybody's like, "Don't touch that. Don't do this.
Right.
Stay there. Don't move. Don't do that." And I go the next day from being background on that same job, and they're like, "How you doing, Mr. Eli? Do you want me to move you to this way?" It's like, "I'll take you to your trailer." I was like, "Bro, you're kind of like you would have asked me yesterday. Like, how are you nice to me now?"
It switches tough.
It was the switch was real crazy, and I was like, "Oh, this is wrong.
Right.
You can't treat people like that. You can't do people like that."
No.
But yeah, man, I've been doing this for a while, bro. Like PA work is crazy. That's an adventure too.
Yeah.
Touring was an adventure.
Yeah.
Voiceover on cartoon that you watch as a child, like mind blown, bro. Like it's crazy.
Give us a little bit about the voiceover tip. So is the actual cartoon showing in front of you while you're doing your recording, or are you just reading a script like in the studio by yourself?
In my experience, because everybody's experience is different. So my experience, I was reading the script in the studio by myself.
Got it.
And they had like an engineer in the other room, and then we were working that whole thing out. And it was just, and someone was directing me through the whole process. But like that was my experience, and that whole thing came weird came about in a weird way as well. Like it wasn't like I submitted for this job. I submitted to it, but it wasn't like I had an agent or manager that said, hey, go to do this. It was, I'm in acting class, I'm working on my scenes, I'm doing my work. And a kid from my acting class was like, hey, Jean, can you do a voice tape for me? Send it over to me. And my boy is an engineer. So I said, yo, can I use your studio and make this recording real quick? He said,
Yeah.
cool. Did the recording, sent it up. He said, bro, my dad wants to meet you. Come up to the house. So I go up to the house thinking that it's just like a regular house type situation. And this man lives in a freaking lot that takes up all of downtown LA. And I'm like, wait, you live here? He's like, yeah, man, my family owns Alvin and Chipmunks. So I said, what? But I was
Okay.
I was like, oh, that's cool, you know. But it's crazy.
Right.
It was crazy, man. And like having that whole experience and then having that I was in the right place at the right time, doing the work and showing someone that I could do the work. And that gave him the confidence to be like, hey, you want to do this? You want to try this out and see what happens? And we worked it out from there.
So tell us a little bit, and I love your story, man. And guys, you are watching Real Talk with your boy, Noland Pruitt. We're rocking with my mans here. And I see your questions. We're going to get to your questions. And if you have any questions for him, please feel free to comment, and then we'll get to those as well. But tell me about the hunger, being out in LA. And then let me tie this into another question. I'm going to hit you with a dumb whammy, okay?
Okay.
The hunger. Give me the importance of the hunger. Whatever that may mean to you, importance of the hunger in what you do, and how many challenges, if you can name one or two challenges that you have experienced in LA since you've been in LA with this hunger, with this grind, and coming into some challenges. Just share a couple things on that.
The hunger comes from sometimes you're not going to get the jobs you want all the time. Like there's jobs you want to get that you're not going to get because you just don't fit the mold. And it doesn't mean that you're not good at what you do. You just don't fit what the casting director or the director or what the producer is looking for. So you have to fight through all that because you're gonna get no's all day long. Like I'm on Insecure, even after American Crime or even any other jobs I did, I'm thinking that it's gonna be easier after the fact. After I do that, nah, I still don't get the jobs that I really want. I still had to fight for the jobs I get. If not, I create the jobs I want because I don't believe in sitting down and waiting for someone to give me an opportunity.
That's right.
Like when you're an actor, you literally are asking for permission to do what you want to do.
Right.
So in order to fix that and take your power back, you got to start creating your own content and start doing your own thing. And that means investing in yourself. That means putting money behind yourself. And that hurts because you have bills to pay. You have things to take care of, but you want this dream and you want to do what you want to do. You have to start putting that money behind yourself.
Yeah.
Look at Send Help, for instance. My pilot presentation teaser I just dropped. Mm-hmm. Like that was an investment of time and energy between me and my buddy just sitting in the house working. He loves to write. I want to act. And I like to produce and I write too. So we sat in here and we banged out a pilot presentation script and we got it funded to make it. That was just time we took for ourselves. We wasn't getting paid for that time to sit in the house. We just worked. Right. We worked because we want this dream and you have to want it with everything.
Right. And I'm going to be sending you my a headshot and resume just in case you may need some stuff going on. All right. We're gonna getting this work because I believe the hunger is what keeps you your drive. Now let me ask this and let's segue into your pilot coming out, your show, all this stuff. We're gonna segue into subway. Am I saying subway? Segue into this. I have a question about the experience before I get to the Insecure, but the experience of Is it an experience different from being an African American actor or just a regular actor? Give a little bit without, we don't want to make it such a negative content, but give it a little bit about what have you experienced in LA being an African American male coming into the game?
It's just, well, there's not that many good roles for us where we get to really like sink our teeth into, where we get to like really live between the lines. So you really have to like be selective and then work on and know what you're reading for,
Yeah.
So finding the right project is like the hard thing, because you want to, as a Black actor, as an actor anyways, as a whole, you want to find things that's going to move the needle and it's going to take you to the next job, because work begets work.
Yeah.
So you want to position yourself with jobs that move you, and not just not jobs where you're just like a bad guy with no real purpose of why you're a bad guy.
Yeah.
Like I would love to play a lot of bad guys, but I want to play the bad guys who have a reasoning and the purpose behind what they're doing, not just doing something. You know what I'm saying? There's roles where you could take a lot of roles, but you could not take a lot of roles. You can audition for a lot of roles, but some of those roles that you're going out for, they're not, there's no real purpose for it. They're just putting you in there just to put you in there.
But not to interrupt, but don't you take those jobs because you want the work, or when do you actually get to a place in your career?
I've never been that guy who just do the work I've never been that guy. Like I will read a script. I'll read a script and I'll ask for like the whole thing. And if I don't feel it, or if I don't like it, then I just won't even audition for it or even go in for it. Like there's some people where you just gotta work, you gotta work.
Right.
But those people are chasing a bag. I'm not chasing the bag. I'm chasing a body of work in a career.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So you can't just take anything.
I love it.
You gotta actually like build something. You gotta like grow something. Because when I fell in love with acting, it was when I got to LA. It wasn't before I got here. Before it was just about the bag. And when I got to LA and I got to acting class, that's when I said, oh, this what we doing? I want to do this for the rest of my life. And it was like a moment, a click that made it make sense of what I'm doing and how I'm doing it.
Right.
So
I love it.
Yeah.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
No. So basically, like, I never been that guy who wants to I just want to work on anything. I want to work on things that's saying something, or things that's changing the narrative, or things that are educating us.
I love it, guys. I see you guys coming in. We're getting to those comments. Hello, everybody. I love what he just said, man. We're not even in this career. He's not out here just chasing the bag. He's out here trying to make a memorable moments, and he's careful and intentional about the work that he takes. And I think that's dope, man. We look up to that, brother. We look up to that. All right, let's move into, now we're getting into some now, do we call these serious roles, or are you like, hey, man, all my roles are serious? But for me, my introduction to you was on a show called Insecure. And so let's tell everybody who's watching, who may have seen you on that, the experience, a little bit about how you got into that. And so let's do two questions, and then I'm going to ask you a third. The experience of getting in, and then also working along with Issa and the other actors on there, Amanda, the other actors on that show.
So what's the first question?
So first question is the experience of getting, was it a casting? Of course, a casting call.
Yeah. Okay. So when it came through, I was hip pocketed. Hip pocketed is like when someone's repping you, but you're not on their roster just yet.
Okay.
So I was hip pocketed by Full Screen, which eventually became my manager at the management. Okay. They submitted me to the job. It was the second job they submitted me to, and I went and I read the breakdown. I was like, Black man, LA, insecure. He's a gay Black man. I was like, okay, cool. They're never gonna pick me for this. Like this is not my job. They're never gonna pick me for this. But I can go in there and have the casting director like me, like my performance, like my work.
Right.
So I go in, and there's a guy that goes in before me, and this dude, they're constantly working with him. I'm like, oh, they want him for the role. I'm not gonna get this, so it doesn't even matter.
Yeah.
So I go in and I do my take, and they like it. They ask me to do it again with some direction. I did it again, and then I don't hear anything for like a week, and then I get a call saying, oh, they want me to call me back to meet with Issa, the other casting director, and a couple of the producers.
Mm-hmm.
So I go in there, I do my take. I go there, and there's celebrities there, people who have been working for a while. I'm like, oh, these guys have big resumes. They're not gonna want me. They're not gonna want me in there. So I go in, do my take. They're laughing, and they're going on with what I'm doing, and I'm improvising too a little bit and like playing around.
Yeah.
And everybody's liking it. I'm like, okay, cool. And then I don't hear anything for like a week and a half.
Yeah.
So whenever I audition for something, if I don't hear anything that day or within 3 days, then I didn't get it. And there's no need for me to be fixated on something I didn't get and get lost into depression, fall into depression over a job that wasn't mine to begin with.
Yeah.
So I leave it alone. I'm hanging out with my cousin. We're at the coffee shop. We're talking about our next plans. And then I get a phone call from Tim, who was like my manager at the time with Full Spring. And I'm like, he's like, yeah, you got it. I said, what? You got the role. I said, get out of here. He's like, you got it. I was like, no. For real? Yes, they want you to play Amal, Issa's brother, on the show. I'm like, I got to go home and do some work because I need to figure out who Amal is before he showed up into this world and what he's been through before he showed up in this world. And then understand what it means to be a Black gay man, or is it more about him being a person and not his sexual preference. Right. And then I went in and started doing work and build a backstory from roommates I used to live with who were gay men, and use it as my outline. And then I went into researching activists that I think Amal would look up to, like Baynard Ruskin, James Baldwin. Those are like two people that I saw in movements who stood for gay rights and everything like that. I was like, he probably would look up to these people.
Right.
And then I just went, and I was like, okay, cool. Let me go in what I have, and now let's play and see what happens.
Well, let me ask this, because in your interpretation, and like you said, I love how I've seen you in another interview, but I love how you, before they even get to the gay part, you remind them that first of all, he's a man. This is a person. Before the sexuality, this is a person, right? And I love how you say that. But in your interpretation, you don't give really a flamboyant, because a lot of people, in my mind, if they're playing a gay character, if they're playing different characters, a lot of times if they're not careful, they'll go more towards the average interpretation of that type of particular actor. Mm-hmm. But for you, you have a way of giving just I want to see. I'm liking Jamal. I'm liking. Is that your character's name?
Amal.
I'm liking.
You get
Amal.
all the names wrong today.
Listen, I'm not this bad.
Elie,
I am not this bad in real life. I promise. I promise you. Listen, I'm not this bad. But listen, you give on Amal, you give an average guy. And so when you say you did your research and your work on that, is that a conscious decision that you decided to make, or did you have to go on there to give the dramatics just to?
No, it was a conscious decision. It was a conscious decision on my part. It was conscious on my part from the audition process. Process. Because, mind you, the writers on Insecure are dope. They're really, really, really dope. So when I read the script and I read the episode and how they interpreted code switching, how they did all that, they wrote all that in there, I said, okay, I have a way. I know how I want to play this and how I want to portray Amal. And then I'm looking at the friends I had, my friends in my circle. I'm like, okay, I see them. I'm like, I want to portray. I want to show a different version of this person. You know what I'm saying? And how this person moves through the world.
And I think there's a lot of people even who are watching that will watch of the LGBT community. I think they really appreciate that, man. They really appreciate that you went for the person instead of just the cliche, right? And I
Yeah.
appreciate that. So let's move on. So you're working with Issa, you're working with Amanda. What is it like? I know you do, of course, more scenes with Issa, but what is it like? What is it like to be in the company of these great actors and actresses? And I
Man,
love you guys. We're reading your comments. And if you have any questions, please, because we get ready to wrap this up. This man got a whole date night plan. It's a lot going on. So we'll wrap these questions up. But if you have any questions, please send them our way so we can get them answered. Okay? Go ahead, sir. I'm listening.
bro, there's no way else to explain it. It's amazing. It's phenomenal. One, you're around all these powerful women who are movers and shakers and making things happen.
Yeah.
They don't believe in no. They believe in how do we fix this or how do we change this. They're and it's so refreshing to be around people like that who all have a common goal to make this thing as great as it possibly can. And the energy is so good on set. So
Yeah.
you couldn't ask for a better job or a better place to be working with some amazing people. And they're also giving in every scene that you're in and everything that you're doing. They'll rehearse with you behind the scenes, like before you show up on set. Like they give you advice when you're not on set. You're asking about your own career and trying to figure that out. There's so much going on and so much love that you get from people like Issa, Natasha, you know what I'm saying? Like Amanda, everybody like that. Like all these people, Amy, like the writers, the producers, everybody from top to bottom, they're stellar. And they only want stellar people. And they give you life just like that. They give you so much life in your work to work and give you some room to make your own choices and make it a collaborative thing. So it's the best experience ever.
So working, give the little our viewers a little insight quickly. How many hours is it? How are the table reads? Are you guys able? I don't know. We can give a little. Don't tell too much on the powers that be. But are you guys able to add and say, "Hey, I don't think that he would say it like this," or give me that whole process of the inside of how that works for you?
Table
When you
reads
go
are
to
table
work.
reads. All your actors come together. You sit down and you read the script that all the writers wrote, and you read it there. The producer, showrunner will give you notes that day, and then you go into another table read for the executives and the producers and stuff like that on the day. And then you go home and you work on your script. You do whatever you need to do, and then when you get on set, you do it as it's on the page. But they also give you a little wiggle room to play around.
Cool.
You can play around. So like sometimes I improv, sometimes I add extra things, sometimes they add more things on the day. Like, you know what, this is not working. Let's add this. Let's
Yeah.
do it this way. It happens all the time, man. Like you get to insert yourself, even from wardrobe. Like I'm in wardrobe, I'm helping them pick what Amal wears. I'm like, Amal wouldn't wear that. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, we have that whole process of like collaborating throughout the whole process of collaboration.
I love it. I love it. All right, you got time for a couple questions, man? And then we're gonna
Yeah.
play a game. All right. We got a couple questions for you. Then we out of here. Okay. That is it. That damn HMO said these names about. It said, will we be seeing more of a Miles story this season?
Well, we only got 2 more episodes,
Okay.
so you're gonna see them all again, but in a fashion of where he's helping out, he's doing what he does. You know what I'm saying? So you'll see some more Maul this season, but more of a backstory. You'll figure it out.
Okay. We have another question. From Ralphie boy, my boy from college. I love him so much. Has he met anyone that surprised him? Any fanboy moments that you may have had?
Of course.
Give
Man,
us two right now. Give us 2 top ones right now.
Nia Long. I fanboyed out with Nia Long.
It's a good one.
I fanboyed out with I don't know if you guys seen the show Mindhunter on Netflix. There's a character named Holden, and like I'm like obsessed with like crime drama, like so and like things that have to do with psychology. So I was watching that and I've been dissecting it for like a week, and I'm putting people on. So one day I get into the GQ party and I see him, and I'm like, "Yo, bro!" Like, like telling him about the show, And he's like, okay, all right, cool. And they're like, walked away. Yeah, that's
Okay.
that's
So
easy.
were they were both positive moments, right? It wasn't no like, who are you type
No,
situation.
no. There was one where I fanboyed out, but I didn't say anything. I was like nervous to say something. It was like
Yeah.
I met Brandy at a club before. But
You know how many singers that are on this live right now that's about to start stalking you, bro? Because you said you met Brandy.
I met Brandy. I met Gabrielle Union before. Gabrielle Union
Wow.
was super fucking cool. I met Brandy, and I was like, I don't know how to say anything to you. And she's just looking at me like she goes, hi. I go, just walk off the other way.
We gotta do better. That could have been a moment. That could have been a moment.
I was nervous. I don't know. I was like, it's Brandy. Moesha. Mo to the E to the Moesha.
Hey, I'm telling you, come on, man. Okay, quickly, another question. And then we're gonna play a game. Okay, you ready? And I'll let you go quickly. One more question. And I'm trying to catch you guys' questions too, and I don't want to skip by, so forgive me. Okay. All right. And we'll get to that question, and then I want you to end with your show that's coming out and the things that you got coming up. Because we gotta support. Any questions, guys? I'm trying to read it before we go into our game, and then I'm gonna let him go. Okay. So with being love life or anything you want to speak on that, how do you feel about dating in LA? Is it even a thing to date a normal person to be an actor? How do you feel about the whole romance thing going on right now?
It's pretty much the same as any other thing. Like you deal with what situations that come before you.
Yeah.
You can't plan anything. You just have to like move on, because as an actor or an entertainer or anybody in the entertainment industry, your schedule, you're an entrepreneur. You kind of work for yourself.
Yeah.
You work for people, but you work for yourself. And you have jobs. You go from job to job. So you have to like figure out and make that work-life balance work for you and your schedule. And you got to be honest up front with whoever it is you're talking to, if that's where you want to go with it. Or if you're like, I'm just playing around, this is what I'm doing. You know what I'm saying? And have that conversation however way you want to have it. So that you're not leading anybody on and nobody thinks that you're going to be doing something more. You're like, nah, I told you from the jump, this is what we're doing. This is what it is.
Yeah. So you lay everything out up front.
Up front, you have that conversation on the first date. Have that conversation and talk about it and see if everybody's chill. They're chill, cool. Let's keep it pushing.
All right, got 3 words. Quick, we're gonna get 10 seconds. When I say a word, you have to either sing or say or spit the lyrics to a song. Okay. So, for example, if I say happy, and someone says, "Oh, happy day,"
Okay.
you know. All right, you get 10 seconds now. Now we're gonna count. We're gonna keep up with how many rounds that he misses and how many rounds he gets correct. Okay. Is this another question coming in? Okay, we'll get to that question. So we're gonna keep up with how many rounds you accomplish. We're gonna do only 3 rounds, but we're gonna keep up with the rounds that you accomplish and the rounds that you just let slip away. Okay, you ready?
Okay.
All right. The word is love.
Love. Love. Those are the reasons I can tell you. All right, that's it.
Cause there's a possibility you'll look at me differently, love. Come on and sing with us, y'all here. Good job. All right, here we go. All right, second word. Money.
I be getting to the money. See, everybody bad. All right, that's all. That's all I remember of that.
Hey, that was a good one. You still kept your man. It was a good one. Good one. Okay, all right, last one and we're done, and we're going to talk about his upcoming things. We need to follow him, support him. It's an honor that he even graced my show tonight. Of course, we will be building a friendship, a mentorship, whatever, from now and from this moment. Okay, all right, one more, and then we are out of here. Let's see. Oh, this is a hard one. You ready? Questions. A song that has question or questions in it. 9.
questions.
7. Oh, is he going to lose it? Is he going to lose it?
50 Cent, 21 questions.
Okay, we'll take it. We'll take it. He passed every round. Clap your hands virtually. Clap your hands. He passed every round, man. I could listen. I'm trying to cut this short, but man, I could okay, he's back. I'm trying to cut this short because I know we have things to do and I'm going to be respectful of your time, but we could do this all night. You're just a down-to-earth man, and I love your spirit. I wish you the best success. I speak Oscars, star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame, all of that, man. And even I speak myself in one of your productions.
It can happen.
Hey, we got to get it in there. So we'll make these things work. But we got to leave what you telling us, the things that you have coming up, how we can follow you, and then how if people, let me say this too, let me add this too, because this is real talk. If actors are on here that would love to be a part of what, because you say you're writing and you're getting your hands into, I say everybody who has the pen has the power. It's just for me. And so you're getting yourself into that mode. So if anybody wants to reach out to you, so tell them what we have coming up, and if they want to reach out to you, where they can find you.
Project I have coming up right now that in development is Send Help. You can catch that teaser trailer on my Twitter or my IGTV. It's a semi-biographical series about a first-generation coming-of-age story about a first-generation Haitian American trying to make it in Hollywood while supporting his niece and mother. That project, you can catch me on all apps. Same name, different app. That's Jean Elie. That's JeanElie. That's on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. I have a movie coming out soon with Carrie Williams. It's Romeo and Juliet. Fire movie, fire concept. We bring Romeo and Juliet to the present time that we're in right now, in this whole digital age. So it's really cool.
Love it.
And if you in the holidays come back, you can catch up on Throwback Holiday on BET.
He's out here. He's working. He's out here. He's working. I love you, man. Thank you so much for coming on.
My Bassett House Picture page. So Bassett House Picture is my production company that I'm working to develop a community of filmmakers and give filmmakers advice from other established filmmakers to make it in how to create, how to write, and how to get this projects made.
And so spell that for if you could for them. And
Bassett House Pick is BASSETT House HOUSE Pick PIC. That's right on Instagram, Twitter, Facebook. Same name, different app, same thing. And if you go on Bassett House Pick, we have some curated projects already up on BassettHousePick.com.
All right.
That's right.
Oh, is Michael Collier in LA? That my dad is in the back. He's like, tell him my best friend Michael Collier is out there in LA. You know the comedian Michael Collier?
No, I don't know.
He used to be on like BET, Def Comedy Jam. He used to be like, he's out there in LA. Okay.
Yeah, okay. He out here.
That was his way to be like, what's up, man? What's up? All right. We love you, bro. Any other questions? Please hit him up. Continue to follow him. I wish the best for you, man. And this won't be the last time you'll be on Real Talk with your boy, Noland Pruitt. I hope not. Okay.
All right. Be good.
Take care. Take care of yourself, man. Thank you so much.
All right, no problem. Bye.
All right, guys. That was it. Thank you. Catch this show on YouTube. Catch this show on my Facebook page. Real Talk will be bringing you more guests, more interviews, everything. Thank you so much for watching. Until next time, I love y'all. Y'all stay encouraged, stay safe, stay prayed up. I'm out of here.